Hello YouTubers, I'm making a quick video on how I made my tiller throttle extension for an outboard motor. I have a Suzuki 2.5 4-stroke, which I love, but this would work for any outboard motor. I use my little 2.5 Suzuki primarily on a new canoe, which is a hybrid between a kayak and a canoe. It's 12 feet long. It has a track system for the seats, which allows you to adjust the seats forwards or backwards. You do that depending on what you got and who you got in the kayak with you. Sometimes I have 2 adults and 2 small dogs. Sometimes I have 2 adults, 2 small kids, 2 small dogs. Sometimes there's just 1 adult. So in those scenarios, sometimes you cannot reach your throttle because when you have a single person in there, your driver's seat will be more to the center and you cannot reach the throttle. So all I did is I went to the lumber yard. I grabbed one of these, which is 1.5 inches to 1.25 inches flexible coupler with 2 hose clamps. I also, I had the 1.5 inch ABS, but I grabbed the tops for the ABS. You cut it to length, and it simply slides into the coupler, and you tighten up the hose clamp. I've got 2 here because depending on the situation, I require different lengths. I actually have one longer one kicking around too for when it's just me in the kayak. But once this is on and the hose clamps are tightened up, it's watertight. It's not coming off. I've ran it this way for years, never had a problem. These couplers come in all different sizes, so you can find one that'll fit your throttle on your outboard motor. Very simple, very easy to do. The trip to the lumberyard to grab the stuff you need would probably take longer than it would to make it. So that is a simple, easy way to make a throttle tiller extension for any outboard motor. I know you can buy them. The prices vary, but for me, when I get an idea in my head, I just like to be able to run down to the lumberyard and grab one. So that is how to make a very simple tiller extension, throttle extension for your outboard motor. In my other video, I show you how I made this very simple, lightweight outboard stand. All it is a piece of 2x10, a milk crate, a 5-gallon bucket, and a through hull. I store my outboard motor like this. It's lightweight, easy to move, it will not tip over. And I do it like this is because part of maintenance is flushing your motor. And it's easier to do when you make the process simple. So when it's on there, you fill it up with water, you run the motor, it's flushed. There's no excuses not to do it. And you know, I put this little 2.5 on a 12-foot new canoe for several reasons. And yes, one of them is because some days I'm lazy, but sometimes I'm using it to go check crab traps. Sometimes I like to go for longer trips, and sometimes on the way back or the way there, you might be fighting current, you might be fighting the wind, and the new canoe is not the easiest thing to paddle, especially if you're in there by yourself with 2 dogs and 2 kids. So it's just peace of mind, and it's just some days you just want to relax and chill. So check out my other video if you want to see how I made the stand, and I hope somebody will make use of how to make one of these tiller extensions if they've been wanting one, didn't want to spend the money, or if they have maybe the parts sitting around. But the other part of my video will be how to use this as storage. So I will quickly do another video and attach it to this one. For any of you that have decided to make one of these tiller extensions out of ABS pipe and a flexible coupler, if you want to utilize the space inside the extension, which I'm going to do here because I've been thinking about it for a while, is all you have to do is, you don't need a bag because it is waterproof, but this will stop it from rattling around, and in case any moisture gets in there, you can throw whatever you want, but say a flashlight, a lighter, throw it in the bag, close it up, and there you have it. You have a little emergency kit. Like I said, you can put whatever you choose to put in there. The other thing you could do, which I'm debating, is you can take your owner's manual. Hopefully you don't got a large one, but you could photocopy the important pages, like how to troubleshoot. It's a safe, dry storage for, say, the owner's manual and you always know where it is, and you have it in case you're out in the water and you need to troubleshoot. Hopefully someone will find this useful, and like I said, enjoy. Thank you, YouTube.